Guten Tag. Wir sind er und sie. Wir haben Jason Haber neben uns sitzen, das ist der Producer von SimCity. Und wir haben eure Fragen natürlich gesammelt und wir möchten die natürlich jetzt stellen, natürlich auf Englisch, sonst versteht uns der Jason leider nicht. Deswegen hoffe ich, dass mein Englisch ausreicht und naja, wir fangen einfach mal an mit den Fragen zum Add-on, weil das ist halt das, wofür wir heute da sind. The questions start with something you already told us at your presentation, but our followers will want it in one video, so I ask you maybe the same questions you already answered.
Yeah.
So about the add-on, how will it change our cities and how will it differ from the base game?
So SimCity Cities of Tomorrow is really all about transforming your city into a city of tomorrow, a city of the future. And really it's the near future, so it's like 50 to 75 years in the future. And the way that the transformation works is every time you put down a building from the expansion pack, it creates a radius around it and will transform that part of the city into a future city. So it's really up to you whether you want to start from scratch, make a new city, or take one of your old favorite cities and transform that into a future city, or even just go back and play core SimCity without the future.
Okay, the next question is already answered, so we don't have to, we have to place the new future buildings so they change automatically after building it, and it's not changing automatically after installing the add-on. But after the installation, our users want to ask it, do we start immediately in the future or do we need to place the new buildings?
So you need to place new buildings in order for the future to appear.
Okay.
And sort of, it's part of the gameplay as well, is also how much of your city you can transform into the future.
Mm-hmm. So then we have a question about the specialization. Do we need to specialize on how we want it, how we want to have the city? Do we specialize it on economic cities or can we have both? Can we have both economic and industrialization?
Well, it's up to you. So there are two new specializations. There's the academy, and that's the more research-based city. So it's almost like a typical education city, but it does favor high-wealth citizens. So you're going to really build a high-wealth city around that. And then you can also create an Omega Co city, which is really around this heavy industry, sort of giant mega corporation that'll spread Omega throughout your city. But it's really up to you. If you just want to put mega towers in the city, you can use those to futurize your city. You can even just use future parks or future water towers. You have to use a lot of them, but you can use those to make your city look futurized. So again, it's really up to the player how they want to create the future. It's up to them. Just similar to how the core game is, they really can make the city they want and figure out how they want to use the features.
So talking about specializations, are we getting new ones?
Yeah, so you're getting the academy, which is one of the new specializations, and then the Omega Co is the other new specialization. But they have a lot of depth to them.
Yeah.
The academy has, a ton of research projects that all give you this new future content. And the Omega Co specialization sort of initially lets you just spread Omega through the city, but as you progress through it, you'll unlock additional features with that, including which I love them, the drones, which let you create drones that fly over the roads.
Okay.
What is about our current specializations in the base game? Are they changing in the future, or what is changing?
Well, some of them will get enhancements based on how you specialize with the new ones. So, for instance, if you're playing through the Omega Co specialization, eventually you'll get the extraction division as part of your headquarters, and that will actually unlock the Omega Co sponsored extractions on your current specializations. So you're like coal and your ore and your oil and things like that, allowing you to double the output of them coming out of the ground. Of course, it costs you in terms of more pollution and more power, but so it'll enhance those that way.
Okay.
So we have some questions about the DLCs. Are we still able to use every DLC building in the new add-on, or are there DLCs which are not connectable with the new add-on?
No, you'll still be able to use them. I mean, that part of the goal of SimCity and all the DLC you've got is that you'll be able to put it in the city and it'll interact nicely.
Okay. Then can we look forward to new ones? For the add-on especially?
Well, I can't talk about anything that's coming out of the expansion pack right now.
Yeah, but it's not a no. So at least we have to.
Yeah, what about multiplayer? What is if I want to play with someone who hasn't bought the add-on? Can I still play with him together, or is it not possible?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the same way that you can play with somebody who's bought a piece of DLC, you can actually play with somebody who hasn't purchased the expansion pack, and actually you'll get a lot more benefits by playing with somebody who has the expansion pack, even if you don't have it. You'll get some of the future technology will be unlocked in your city, and you'll be able to see some of the future vehicles and things coming into your city, and you'll even get to see, they can even interact with you on a regional level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then we have one least question about the add-on. It's a little critical. So why the price cut, especially in German? Why at first we have to pay 40 euros and then 30 euros?
Well, so the initial price was really just a placeholder, and the actual price of the product is the 29.99 euros.
Okay.
Which is, sort of we've always planned it to be at. So.
Okay, all right. Then we have some questions about the base game. At least you have some time for us.
Sure.
Okay. We start with some questions about innovations. Will there be more DLCs and add-ons for the base game?
I can't answer that, sorry.
Okay, then we have some questions about, is it imaginable that we get some kind of a seasons add-on, maybe?
I can't talk about specific add-ons.
Oh.
Okay, you can spare off this question.
Okay, a lot of them. We have some questions about one-way streets or something like that.
A wish from the community. Some players are wishing to send cargo, natural resources, with an airplane.
Oh,
so,
interesting. Yep.
I thought about.
Well, actually, so one of the things you get with the Omega Co industry is eventually you'll unlock the VTOL, which is a vertical transport, and that will, for your trade ports, allow you to have air transport to bring resources in and out of your city.
Okay. So we already have it with the add-on.
It's already coming.
Okay. Then we have some questions about patches or bug fixes. Mm-hmm. Are there further improvements concerning the connection between the cities, or do you plan on erase the speed between the cities?
So there will be more updates coming, and the content of those updates will be determined as we're working on them. One thing that you may have noticed with some of the new regions that you were playing is actually those have more connections. Some of the cities have more connections. Actually, the one that I was even playing has 3 connections to the other cities in the region. So you'll see some improvements around different types of regions that come into the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the moment, it isn't possible to send a police helicopter to a city which is not connected via highway with your city.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Because it's a helicopter,
well,
it doesn't need a highway.
I can add that to our list of feedback, and I'll put it in the list. And see.
You're trying your best.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise anything. So.
Okay. Can we count on additional patches or bug fixes for the base game, like the challenging mode, or working on sync problems, or even the achievements?
Well, I can't make any promises on what's coming specifically. I mean, there is another update coming right around when the expansion pack will launch. But beyond that, I can't make any specific promises.
Okay.
Okay, and you told us about the offline mode. How far is the development on this?
All I can say is that we're working hard on it,
okay.
And we have nothing more further to announce right now on it. So
okay.
We know it's important to our community and especially to our modders out there. So we are working hard on it.
Okay. Damit we are at the end of the interview.
Yes.
Okay, wir sind damit am Ende des Interviews angelangt. Wir möchten uns nochmal bedanken. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Und ansonsten hoffe ich, es hat euch Spaß gemacht und wir sehen uns dann hoffentlich wieder beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin. Tschüss.